everyone, it's Tanny Games here. Welcome back to the channel. Bit of a different video today. I was doing a bit of random voting when I was watching a couple of Mr. Star's videos, and then I suddenly noticed I started getting some decent submissions to vote on. I was voting because it was on my alt account, so I needed to get the 50 moonstones. And because I started getting some good ones, I was like, do you know what? Why don't I screenshot some of these submissions that are really good that I've voted on, and then I can sort of showcase them to you. So it's not like in a proper like voting video where you're going to see both snaps. You're just going to see basically the top 25 snaps that I voted on the other evening. So I hope you do enjoy this video. Obviously, if you recognize any of these submissions from other people within the community, let me know, and obviously let them know that they've got a vote from me. But these are some of my favorites. I'm just going to go through kind of what I liked about them and things like that, and just sort of showcase what I think is some really good snaps. There is a mix of indoor and outdoor with this as well, so I think there was a good variety, and just shows that no matter which way you did the challenge, there were certainly brilliant ways you could do this. I was just so happy to come across some really excellent snaps, and I feel like these snaps deserve a bit of time in the spotlight. So let's take a look at these. So this is our first snap here, and this was one of the first ones that I saved when I started coming across some good snaps. So there's a couple that obviously I won't be able to showcase because I didn't think of saving them until this point. So yeah, but basically the order of these snaps, they're not in like favorite to least favorite or least favorite to favorite. It's literally the order that I basically came across them when voting. But I really like this. I like that we had like tables with food for celebrating. I like that there was a dance floor. I like that there was balloons, because I really feel like balloons are kind of like very typical with celebrations, and especially New Year's. And of course we had tons of fireworks going off in the background, which again I feel is just pretty synonymous with New Year's. So that's what I really liked about this. I also loved that her outfit felt like kind of like a party outfit. I felt it really fit the theme. And then I do like that she had Minnie here as well. With it being an outdoor snap, it would have been nicer if perhaps there was more villagers, but there is at least one, so I do appreciate that. And this is the second snap that I came across. They're making use of the photo opportunity here to get a few extra villagers in the shot. So you can see we've got Maui, Sally, Hades and Mickey here. It does look like they're all kind of almost like dancing or celebrating, they're cheering, which I think is really fun. We do have the dance floor here, which is a nice little touch. I do like that there's a table full of food, again very typical with celebrations, and I think the arches here really add some light and sparkle to the photo, which I think again is really good, because typically with celebrations like this with New Year's, at least in my experience, you know, with fireworks or light shows, drone shows, that tends to be quite typical that you see. So I do like that we've got that element of lighting here within the shot as well. Great use of adding the speakers in, again the idea that there's music playing. It's very festive, very celebratory. I do like the outfit as well. I'm not entirely sure the crown goes with it, but that's maybe just my own styling preferences, but I'm obsessed with this newspaper dress, so I really like this snap. I do think it's really good. And this is the next snap that I came across, and I was just mind blown. This blew me away. I love the outfit. I never would have thought to have put this outfit together, and with the top hat as well, but it is just gorgeous. What I really love is how they've used this archway here to create almost like this framing to the photo. I think that is stunning and beautiful. I love that there's the drinks on the table, because that really makes me think of people, you know, toasting and celebrating. I know at least when I was younger, I certainly used to go out on the town for New Year's and you'd be drinking all the drinks. So it's kind of nice to have that little nod there. Um, I love the angling of this. I've no idea. I'm assuming these are all the photo opportunities here, but I love that kind of angled, closed in element to this. The fountains look amazing. Again, adding that sparkle and shine. It does look like they've managed to get the confetti cannons to go off, and again it just adds that colourful sparkle element. It's just fantastic. This is absolutely one of my favourites that I got to vote on. I just think aesthetically it's stunning. Lots of lights, lots of sparkle, lots of celebration. You know, we've got the lights, we've got the drinks for the toasting. We've also got two villagers. We've got Mickey and Minnie, which I think is fantastic, as well as their own character, and I think their character looks like they're dressed up for a celebration as well. Definitely gives elegant celebration vibes. Yeah, this is fantastic. I was completely blown away by this photo. Then we have this snap here, and I really like this snap for the amount of villagers it had. I really love that aspect. I mean, part of the challenge says about gathering villagers, so coming across a snap that included a lot of villagers made me so happy to see. Because, you know, it does feel more like a party. It does feel more like a celebration, which I really loved. So you can see here we've got Gaston, Merlin, Minnie, Sally, Kristoff. We also have Rapunzel, Anna and Simba here. I'm going to guess by the way Simba's looking across here that there was probably another villager here, but they've just gone out of shot, which is fine. Oh, it looks like we've got Flynn here as well. I've just seen the hair and the arm there, so it does look like we have him in the shot as well. But I love this. There's like tables full of food, perfect for a celebration. We've got lights and sparkle, which is very typical for New Year's. As I've said previously, you know, typically, you know, you get fireworks shows or drone shows and things like that for New Year's. So this feels like a New Year's celebration, and their character looks great. Their character looks like they're dressed up for a party, which I think is fantastic. The top hat seems to be a bit of a trend. I didn't even realise that, and I wouldn't have thought to have used the top hat, but it does go with the outfit. And yeah, I like that this is a full and cohesive shot. This was fantastic. And then we came across this submission here, and I really liked that they had the DJ booth here. I mean, you tend to find, at least in the UK, we have a lot of like sort of countdown to New Year's shows where they'll have performances and things like that. So I think using the DJ booth and having the dance floor makes a lot of sense. It also ties into that aspect of people going out drinking, going out for a night on the town for New Year's. So I think that's really cool. I do like that they use the up balloons as well, just to add that colour and that balloon element for that celebration. We do have the sparkle and shine with the fireflies, and oh no, actually I think these are actually fireworks. Sorry, I'll correct myself. With these fireworks, I do think they are the fireworks actually. We've got the golden banner here, so not banner but like photo op thing. So I do think that's quite cool, like using that gold backdrop. It also makes me think of how you see these influencers when they do these parties and they have like these photo backdrop things where they all go up and they pose and they take their photos and things. We also have tables with food on them, which I think again adds to that party element and celebration. And then we also have a gathering of villagers. We've got Oswald, we've got Mickey, and we've got Mirabelle. And what I like here is probably not intentional, but it almost looks like Oswald's trying to hold hands with their character. And my heart was just like, that is so adorable. And also I like how their characters dress, kind of dress very elegantly for a celebration. And then I came across this snap, and again, it was just such a beautiful snap. Really eye-catching, really captivating. I do like this, what they've done here. They've used the fairy bloss house, but the fairy bloss house almost feels disguised in a way. Like I feel like you don't get a lot of focus here on the trunk. And so it just feels like this big archway of flowers, which just visually looks stunning. I do like all the balloons that they've got dotted around. They've got obviously all these arches with the sparkles and the lights. They've got the fireworks going off in the background. So again, sort of adding to those typical celebration vibes that I'm familiar with. We do have tables here, the date night tables. So again, kind of got those food elements for the celebration. Love the outfit. I do see Vanellope here in the background, which is nice. There is another villager. I do kind of wish there was more villagers in this dream snap. Again, just to add more to the celebration vibes. But either way, I think overall this is a brilliant snap. And then we come to an indoor submission. I did really like this. I wouldn't have used the mushrooms on the wall. I don't think they made sense to kind of like the room, but I do like a lot of the other elements. Like, I like that we've got the disco balls. I like that we've got the lights on the wall. I like that we've got the balloons, you know. That all feels very fitting for the celebration, for what you would set up in a house for a celebration. We have a table with food on it for a celebration. We've got the seats so people can, you know, hang out, chill and relax. I like the addition of the Oswald clocks, because I feel like, you know, that's to represent time and the change and, you know, shifting into the new year. So I think that's very symbolic. And I like their outfit. I feel like their outfit feels like they're dressed up for a party. My only thing that I would have done differently here, like I said, I'm not sure I get the theming of the mushrooms on the wall, but I'd have also brought a villager inside with me, or perhaps use some mannequins to imitate other people. That's what I would have done personally, but overall it was still a fantastic snap, and I was very happy to vote on it. And then we have another indoor snap. Again, very similar vibes. You know, we've got the lights on the wall, we've got balloons. I like that there's the popcorn stands, so there's like snacks for everyone. You know, we've got tables with food on them. It kind of feels more like a home setup for a party. Like, we've got the TV there. We do have a little kind of like dance floor, which I think is very fun. The only thing I would have done differently, much like the last snap, I would have brought a villager inside the house with me, or I would have made use of mannequins just to make it feel like the party's more alive. I guess these could be kind of like the setup like before the party, but I just feel because the challenge itself kind of more specifically said vote, gather friends for a celebration, I was kind of wanting to see more snaps with villagers, but I still think this was a fantastic snap. It's really beautifully lit. It's very nicely laid out. It's very nicely framed. So I do like this. I do think it was a fantastic snap. If I hated it, I wouldn't have included it in the snaps, because I did vote for more than 25 snaps, trust me. So these were my favourites. So it's worthy enough to be in my top 25. So it was very good. And then we're back to an outdoor snap. Now, I did think the colours on this were a bit overwhelming a little, but I couldn't tell if it was a filter or just the time of day. But I do also think, because looking at the quality of this snap, this possibly might have been a Switch submission. So I know sometimes that can be a bit difficult to visualize. If you're playing on the smaller screen, it's going to look a bit different than seeing the image fully blown up to a full PC screen size. But I do think this is a stunning submission. I like the lights, I like the sparkle, you know, I like that we've got some elements of Christmas here, because at least in my experience with New Year's, there typically tends to be a lot of Christmas items still around. Like, a lot of the towns are still decorated for Christmas and things like that. Like, a lot of that doesn't come down until the actual New Year. So I don't mind seeing too much Christmas elements within a snap, because I do think it does work and is applicable. I do like that we've got, you know, the sparkle. I do like that we've got, you know, the lights and things like that. We've got the fireworks. The character definitely looks dressed up for a celebration. We do appear to have a dance floor here, which is very cool. We've got Sully behind the DJ booth. You know, we've got villagers here because we've got Fairy Godmother. we've got Minnie and Mirabelle. And what I kind of like is that we've also got these cameras which feel like it's recording the event. So again, that kind of harks back to what I said before, that in the UK we have these kind of like countdown to midnight shows where they'll often have performances and things like that. So it very much feels like that similar kind of vibe. It is fun, it is quite busy, but I did think it was a good representation of a celebration. Next we have another interior design here. Again, I do quite like this. I like the angling for this. You know, we've got this like little food booth section here, which is quite fun. You know, it crops into the frame quite nicely. I love that they've utilised mannequins. That makes me so happy to see. And they've also brought a villager in with them, which I think is fantastic. You know, we've got the lights on the wall, we've got the disco ball, we've got the balloons. Definitely feels very celebratory. You know, we've got a table here with food on it, so you can imagine these people hanging out, you know, enjoying some snacks and things like that. We've also got a bit of a like almost like dance floor section here. You know, we've made use of the lights here, these dance floor panels, but then we've also got this giant rug in the middle with the disco ball above it. So it does feel like this is kind of like an area for dancing, for celebrating and things like that. So I do appreciate that, and I like the lights in the corner, again, just sort of add into those party vibes. So I do think this is a really fun snap. If I was going to change anything, I'd try and bring my character forward a bit, or perhaps get the shot zoomed in a little bit more, just so there wasn't this kind of like blank space and your character hidden in the back. It just sort of would have a slightly better photo composition, but I think this is fantastic. I definitely get the party vibes, definitely get the New Year's celebration vibes. So I love this. I think it's a fantastic snap. When I saw this, I knew I had to include it. It's Mirabelle. So I thought that was fantastic. Had to include it for my girl Mirabelle. But I absolutely love how they've used these orb lights. This is such a lovely light feature here, and it really adds into that kind of party element. I love how colourful and vibrant it is. We do have the disco ball here with its sort of like disco ball light reflections, which is very cool. We've got the tables with the food on them, which I think is really important as those celebratory vibes. It does feel almost like Mirabelle's home transformed for New Year's. You know, we've got a piano in the corner, we've got a dresser and things like that. You know, it does feel like a home, a celebration at home. I thought it was kind of funny to have the little companion table and the aliens here. I just thought that was kind of humorous. Obviously I love the balloons that we've got going on. We've got the popcorn stand, which works really well. The bike was the only random thing that I didn't quite understand, but overall I absolutely love this snap. I think it's fun, I think it's different, I think it's unique, I think it's on theme, I think it's colourful and bright. I love it. I love this snap. It was so good. We have another submission here, and I really like this for all the sparkle elements. Again, kind of feels like those celebrations, but I really liked how we had sort of different areas set up. You know, we've got this like stage DJ booth kind of set up here. We have Anna sat here at the table here. You know, this just kind of looks nice, like she might be seated to enjoy some food. We've got lots of villagers dotted around, which I love to see. You know, we've got Eric, we've got Gaston, we've got Mulan, we've got Kristoff, we've got Merlin, we've got Rapunzel. And that's just the villagers I see, so there could be other villagers sort of hidden behind things. I do like that we've got tables over here with like the root beers on them, so it looks like there's drinks. Again, similar here, we've got a table with some drinks and some snacks. Again, perfect for those celebratory vibes. Love what the character's wearing. Think it definitely feels like a celebratory outfit, which I like. So yeah, this was a very fun snap to come across. It was nice to see some of those winter elements as well, just to kind of put it on theme for the time of year. And then we come to another indoor snap, and I love the framing of this with these balloons. I thought that was so fun and so fantastic, especially with the DJ booth here. I love the light arrangement here with the Mickey and the, I forget what this item's called, but these kind of like hollow, I think it's from the Wreck-It Ralph collection, but I thought they added a lot of vibrancy to the room. I love the tables with the food elements on them. I thought that was really fun to include. I love the foliage pieces. Do you know what? I love the colour scheme of this photo. I think the colour scheme's really, really beautiful. The only thing I would have done would have been to brought in a villager or added some mannequins just to enhance that celebration with friends kind of vibe. I just think it would have worked a bit better because you can tell this is meant to be a party with many people, and so I would have liked to have seen more villagers, but I think this is a fantastic shot. I think it's beautifully framed. I think it's got a beautiful cohesive colour scheme. So yeah, I did think this was very, very fun. We have another outdoor submission here, and this was very, very pretty and aesthetic. I like the dress. I like the balloons. I kind of like that this felt like a bit of an elegant kind of celebration. You know, we've got the piano and the harp here. So, you know, typical music performances. We do have the balloon arches and this illuminated water fountain, which I feel just adds to that vibe of the celebration, you know, bright, colourful party elements. We do have some fireflies here. I think these are the fireflies. So again, it kind of adds to that sparkle and light show kind of vibe. So it very much feels like more of an elegant kind of New Year's celebration. But we do have a couple of villagers here. We've got Kristoff and Elsa. So I do appreciate seeing extra villagers because I think it does help with the celebration aspect of the challenge. Lovely dress, lovely outfit, nicely lit. Now this snap I thought was really, really interesting because it is a little bit against the grain, I would say. So a lot of us have done the typical celebration with friends because it did say gather friends around. But this does feel very New Year's, like very typical of New Year's. You will get a lot of people who spend their New Year's at home. They will sit in front of the TV, they will watch the TV shows, they will count down to New Year's. I know for myself, now that I live in Germany, that's what we do. We stay inside, we cook a really nice steak, and then afterwards when 12 hits, we go out and we watch the fireworks, we set them off and things like that. That tends to be the typical celebration, it seems to be, where I live in Germany. Obviously how I celebrated in the UK was very different to how I celebrate in Germany. But staying in of New Year's to watch the countdown shows on telly is very, very typical whether you're in the UK or Germany, I would say. So yeah, this kind of made sense. I love the framing of the TV in the corner, that it looks like she's been watching, she's been enjoying her cozy drink, her little food, and then the countdowns happened and she's cheering for the new year. You know, we do have some balloons, we do have some lights and sparkles. I love that she's used this particular window with the starry sky in the background, because again, that enhances the midnight, nighttime feel. I love this. I think it's fantastic. I hope this does really well. Like I said, I feel like it's very outside of the box. I think this was the only snap that I came across that looked like this. Like, I had seen other indoor celebrations, but to have that kind of more cozier, cuddled up on the sofa vibe, this was the only one I came across. That isn't to say other people won't have done this idea, but this was all I came across in voting. And I thought it was so unique and so clever, so brilliant. And although it didn't have the villagers, it didn't have the big celebration, it did feel like a New Year's celebration. So I felt in that sense it was on theme, and I loved it. I really enjoyed it. It was such a fun snap, and I hope this does really well. To whoever made this, this was fantastic, and I was so impressed by your creativity. I did really, really enjoy this. Then we're back to the outdoor snaps again, and I really like the colours of this, the sparkle. I love that we've got this giant like dance floor here. I think that was super fun. We've got a lot of villagers for this celebration. You know, we've got Flynn, we've got Scrooge, we've got Mickey, we've got Minnie, we've got Merlin, we've got Mother Gothel. you know, so we've got a lot of villagers around, ready to party, ready to celebrate, you know, ready to dance on the floor. Love the colours. And like I said, the lighting, the sparkle, how they've managed to border this with these photo backdrops. So you got this beautiful gold backdrop. I love the outfit as well. I'm a big fan of this outfit. This like outfit, this like suit that you can buy from Scrooge's shop. When I saw this, I was like, I love this. I love this. Like, this is a vibe. I actually do really like it. In fact, I would feel quite confident to wear something like this in real life. I don't own anything like this. This is nothing like my typical wardrobe, but I just think it looks so stylish. I'm probably very alone in that thinking, but I love it. I think it's an iconic outfit. So yeah, I love the outfit. I love the decor. I think it's set up really beautifully. So yeah, this was a fantastic snap to come across and to vote on. We have another outdoor submission here. This one feels a lot more simpler, less sparkly, but it does still have those elements. You know, I can see the fireworks going off in the background. I quite like the campfire as a gathering thing, like perhaps thinking, you know, it's winter, it's going to be cold, so you got the fire going to keep everyone warm. I do like the photos, the balloons coming into the photo here. I think it just adds a bit of framing to the shot, which I think is nice. You know, we've got the other balloons dotted around. We've got the tables for everyone to sort of sit and eat and drink at. I mean, there were a couple of things that I thought were a bit off, like the coffee on the floor didn't make as much sense to me, and just the very small dance bit here. I probably would have covered this space with those just to have a more designated dance floor kind of thing. But I think otherwise it was pretty fun. I do get the celebration vibes of it. I love the dress. Again, feels very party vibes. Obviously, Wally sold it 100% for me because it's Wally and I absolutely love Wally. So seeing Wally was brilliant. Yeah, I just thought the outfit felt very New Year's. I felt like the snap felt quite light and bright, even though it is a nighttime shot. I liked a lot of the setup. Like I said, there's a few things I would have tweaked. I would have picked the coffee up on the floor and I probably would have done a designated dance space, but otherwise I thought this was a very good snap. Then we have another nighttime outdoor submission. Again, kind of probably leaning a little bit more dark, but there were some bright elements to it. I loved the fireflies offering that light and glow. I thought that was super and fun. I love this archway. Again, this kind of feels like a backdrop where you might take your selfies for the night, you know, whilst you're having your celebration and your party. The snowflakes were quite cool. Again, kind of adding to that wintry vibe. Obviously, I know it's not winter for everyone when it comes to New Year's, but I'm just going off of like my experiences that New Year's is typically at winter. I realised I probably should have elaborated on this earlier. There is a whole a half of the world that is celebrating New Year's in summer. So I apologise to all those people that celebrate and it's not wintry for you. I am, of course, going off of my own vibes and experiences, so I do apologise. It's not to discredit that other people would experience New Year's not at winter, but this is my normal experience. I do love the dress, again, quite elegant, which is fun. We do have tables. It would have been nice maybe to have seen some food on the tables, but we do have like a camera, which is kind of fun, especially with this backdrop. We do have some flowers, which I guess make for very nice centerpieces, so I won't discredit that. I love the banners, love the balloons, love that we have got a villager here. You know, having a villager I think is a bonus. So yeah, in that aspect, this was a very nice snap. Then we have another outdoor snap, and I love this setup of the two DJ booths, and you've got Goofy and Sully. Just iconic, really, to be honest. Absolutely love the fact that you've included Goofy. For me, on a personal level, I think that's a joy to see. whilst I won't specifically just vote for a snap because it has a certain character in it, I do think sometimes it sways it. You know, you enjoy seeing snaps with your favourite villagers, but that is going to be a very personal thing, and that's going to vary so much from person to person. But I love the gold backdrops. I like the Ferris wheels. I think they're quite cool. That reminds me a lot of like my own experience, obviously, in the UK, because where they set the fireworks off in London is typically by the London Eye, you know, the big Ferris wheel. So for me, seeing Ferris wheels kind of almost, again, feels quite synonymous with New Year's. Again, I know that's a very personal experience. Not everyone's going to have that same interpretation or experience with their New Year's, but for me, the Ferris wheel really reminds me of that. So I kind of like to see the Ferris wheels. Obviously, I like the balloons, you know, they add to it, the sparkle, the confetti cannons are quite cool. It's a shame that they're so hard to kind of set off because they're such a limited time, which is a bit of a shame because it'd have been nice to have the extra colour from that, but I appreciate what a struggle that is. But yeah, I love this. I think it's a beautiful submission. Love the colour, love the vibrancy, love the celebratory vibes of it, and I love that there's a selection of villagers in the shot as well. Then we're back to another indoor submission. Again, I kind of like this. It definitely had those party vibes. You know, I love that we've got the dance floor here. We've got kind of like the DJ stand there with the speakers and the lights. So it all really adds to that party vibe. We've even got the disco ball as well. I like that there was kind of like the photo booth here. Again, it kind of reminds me of maybe, you know, when people have those photo backdrops for parties. Typically see it a lot more at like influencer type things, but it is something that I am aware of, is, you know, these photo setups for these parties. I kind of like that there's this Christmas tree in the background here, but they've gone with the Nightmare Before Christmas one, because it kind of feels like the Nightmare Before Christmas one is a little bit run down. So it does feel like it's an older tree in a sense. So it feels like, yeah, this is our tree. It's a bit worn out after the Christmas season, but it makes sense for when New Year's comes. It comes after Christmas. So yeah, I did like that. I liked that there was the piñata, so again, kind of got those party vibes. We've got the table here with the drink on it, so again, kind of snacks, drinks, perfect for a party. Do like that they've included Minnie, because again, you're just getting those extra characters, which adds to that party celebration. Would have liked to have seen some mannequins, but at least there's Minnie, so I do think that is great. I love the outfit. We commented on this on a previous snap, but I love it. Definitely think you're dolled up for a party. I think this is fun. I think this is enjoyable. I think it's colourful, bright, celebratory. Yeah, I really enjoyed this snap. Then we're back to another outdoor snap, and this was so vibrant and colourful. Really unique in a concept, I think. I mean, not necessarily fully, because like we've seen a lot of these gold backdrops, sparkles, etc., balloons, but like using the Isabella stuff, like I wouldn't think to use these trees. The rug we have seen a few times. I think even, did I use the rug? No, I don't think I did in the end. But yeah, the rug kind of is something I've seen quite a bit. But yeah, to have these chairs, to have the trees, I wouldn't think to kind of use them. But it really creates a bit of cohesion in terms of colours within the shot. Love how the characters dress, love the outfit, love the vibrancy of it. Really like that we've got Mickey and Minnie here, and we've got the little Oswald kind of clock alarm. So again, representing that element of time and things like that. I do love the sky with all those fireworks and sparkles. It's so bright, so vibrant. And I do love the balloons as well. Very, very colourful. I think this is a bright, eye-catching submission, so I did really, really enjoy this one. And next we've got another submission which did lean a little dark, I will admit that, but I did enjoy the overall theming and setup for this. I loved all the balloons. I love this kind of like, this almost like trio of arches, because we've got this light arch here, we've got the balloon arch, and then we've got another light arch as well. So I kind of like that trio structure. I thought that was really good. I like that we've got a bunch of villagers. I think that is a joy to see. We've got Mickey, Mirabelle, Goofy, Merlin. We also have tables full of food. So again, just adding to that celebration vibe, that party vibe. I love how their character looks. Again, dressed quite elegantly for a party. But I just thought it was fun. I thought it really captured those party spirits and vibes. I just probably would have taken the snapshot perhaps at sunset or something like that, just to brighten it up a little bit. But I do think overall it's a very beautiful submission. Then we've got another snap here, again utilising that golden backdrop, kind of encasing everything in. I like that there's a big focus on kind of like that golden yellowy tone here. Like their characters even wearing this very yellowy outfit, which I thought looked fantastic, was really creative. I wouldn't think to wear this kind of outfit, but it looks really good. I thought it looked fantastic. I like that we've got the balloons, the golden flowers, again adding into that kind of golden tone of the submission. The only thing I thought was weird was the potion bottles. I didn't really get that. This pink lamp and the frogs. I kind of didn't understand the use of those items, but you know, who am I to judge? But I did like generally the kind of the backdrop. I like the golden backdrop. I like this archway. I like the fireworks. I loved the outfit. I loved the balloons. I like that Mickey's dressed up really nicely as well. I thought that was beautifully on theme. So I do think this is a wonderful, wonderful snap. Even if a couple of the decor items felt a bit out of place, I do think overall this is a gorgeous submission. And I was very happy to vote on it. And we have another outdoor submission here. I love the framing with these illuminated fountains. I thought that was a beautiful way of kind of like framing the shot. We do also have the archways in the background, which I thought looked absolutely stunning. I love all the fireworks going off. I think that was super fun. And I do like how this is decorated in the middle, like these flowers and the cypress trees. I would love to get a better look at this person's valley, because I have a feeling that the majority of this setup is a pre-established build. That's what I would think. It feels like that. It doesn't feel like a scene specifically constructed for the Dream Snap. Like it feels like they've taken their town plaza square and they've added to it. They've decorated it for New Year's, which I think is fantastic. And I would love to see this plaza because I think it looks beautifully decorated. I love seeing the flower shop and Scrooge's shop in the backdrop there. I think that looks fantastic. But I love that we've got our tables here with the food. You know, we've even got a refreshment stand. We've got the balloons, we've got the sparkles, we've got the lights, and we do have some villagers here. You know, we have Elsa and we also have Ariel in the background, which is quite nice. I liked how their character was dressed. I loved this outfit. I thought it looked very nice for a celebration, for a party. But yeah, it was really nice. It does lean a little dark. I will agree with that. I say agree like as if anyone else has that opinion. But for me, it felt a little dark, but I do think overall it was a very beautiful snap. And I do love that we've got the, what's it called? I forget what this is, Piccadilles? But basically it's this like kind of like archway from all this banner from the Coco set of items. Again, just kind of adds that vibrancy and colour and things like that to the shot, which I thought was lovely. And now for our last of the snaps that I voted on. This was gorgeous. I loved it. I loved the colours. I love the vibrancy. Again, this is a bit like the other one in that it really feels like they've gone to their plaza or wherever this is built and they've just effectively added stuff in for New Year's, which I think is wonderful. I don't see that as a negative. I see that as like a good thing. But it just has a really nice structure to it. Like I love the Remy's on the left there. I love the Ferris wheel in the background, the arches, there's a gazebo there. In fact, actually I'm looking at this, I don't think this is a pre-established build. because I think this is on a floating island. I mean, I guess it could be a pre-established build on a floating island, but it definitely feels like, it just feels like a town that's been decorated for New Year's. Whereas like you look at some of these builds, and my own included, that I created with the kind of like castles and the photo drops, it was kind of like just a stage scene. Whereas some of these builds like this one, it feels like that's how their valley would normally look, and they've just dressed it up for New Year's, which I think is very, very good. I like that personally. I like that it has a very natural vibe to it. I love that we've got Mickey and Minnie here in their matching outfits, but they feel like they're dressed up for New Year's. I love that. Love the outfit, the golden backdrop, the lights, the sparkle, the food and drinks for the celebration, and the tables and chairs for, you know, people to relax at. I think this is a fantastic dream snap and a wonderful end to this collection of dream snaps that I've been able to vote on. So there you have it. Those are the snaps that I came across the other evening when I was voting. They were such a joy to vote on. I think they were all absolutely incredible. I think they all deserve the votes that they got from me. I thought they were beautiful snaps. I think they really showcase the creativity of people who make these dream snaps, and it's always wonderful to come across snaps like these. I think it's just such a joy to see how creative, how talented people can be in this community. Yeah, I thought it was wonderful. I really enjoyed voting, especially because when I did the voting in my kind of like Dream Snaps results video, I was struggling to come across some like really, really good ones. It seemed like a lot of the ones I saw were possibly submissions from kids. Perhaps they were submissions from people who forgot to do theirs, or, you know, did a placeholder, or just didn't have the time, the spoons, the energy to create a mind-blowing snap. And that's fine, that's totally fine. But obviously, like a lot of other people, when you're voting on Dream Snaps, you do kind of hope to see these really nicely set up and staged and these high effort snaps. So it was a joy to come across these. I was so happy to find them and be able to vote on them. So hopefully all these snaps get 4K. I think they're all worthy of 4K, and I really enjoyed seeing them. So let me know, like I said, if you recognise any of these submissions, you'll have to let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys!